Disciples of the Horned Rat, rejoice, for we are back with a showdown between the Skaven, who shall be led by Lord Skrolk, and the Beastmen, who are going to be led by Morker the Shadowgave, aka Captain Dreadlocks. So let's jump right into this match, guys, and watch some rats and goats go fisticuffs. So as far as the army goes, here in the front line, it's going to be Skaven Slaves, and that's pretty much standard. I think most Skaven players just grab, a whole front line of Skaven Slaves, much like Bretonnia. You throw these bad boys in the tar pit, just let them take a beating for the Horned Rat, and, their stats aren't really, their stats aren't the best, but 24 melee defense on a unit this cheap is actually pretty cost effective. So throwing these little guys in the front line, they'll hold for a couple seconds against Beastmen infantry, and, really kind of take that initial impact quite well. And I didn't notice they actually have spiked collars on. These poor little slave guys, they're having a hard time here. So we got 4 groups of Skaven Slaves with spears in the front line. The secondary line is going to be a little bit more elite by Skaven standards, although I don't think clan rats are ever called elite. We have 2 groups of clan rats, and we do also have the clan Vulcan tail slashers. So I'm going to be giving these guys a try. It's like, hey, they have fire damage, so if they end up fighting Morker, they get a little bit of a buff and damage. Plus, they're also immune to psychology. So against some of the spooky Beastmen Manticores and things like that you do often see summoned, they're going to be a little bit more durable. So I'm going to be trying out the Vulcan tail slashers, and let's see how they do. We do also in the back here have Lord Skrolk. He's going to be filthy. He's going to be summoning rats using the pestilent blades, or blessed with filth. I think it's called blessed with filth. I always get it confused with the one in Warhammer 40,000, which I believe is called blades of putrefaction. It literally does the same thing. It just gives poison and wounding stuff. But anyways, blessed with filth here on Skrolk. It's pretty good. I have a lot of infantry. I have clan rats. I have Skaven Slaves, and giving all these guys poison is extremely cost effective. We're also going to be trying out the Plague Pack, something that I've been a little bit hesitant to try here in the Beastmen matchup, but these guys hit really hard. They have Contaminate. Maybe if they're just beating down Beastmen chaff, Ungors and things like that, they can rout them very quickly. And, the route is quite strong. Plus, they do also give Demagoguery, so everyone nearby is going to be immune to Psychology, which I think is very valuable for the Skaven. Although I don't know if it's super necessary in the Beastmen matchup, but oftentimes you see the Butchers of Kalkengard, plus you also see Summoned Manticores, which can tear out your force. So it's let's try it out and see how it goes. We have the Zap Cannon here in the back, going to be taking the high ground, protected by the Council Guard, so some very elite guards here. We have Hell Pit Abomination as well. A couple Skaven Slaves with Slingers, just, a cheap kind of a ranged unit here. Not gonna win any awards, but certainly not bad. And I believe we have 1 group of Rat Ogres, so a little bit, a little skimpy on the big monsters, but for the most part, should be enough with the Hell Pit plus the Rat Ogres. And we do also have the Wheels of Doom. So this is the ROR Doom Wheel. It's very strong for sure. It causes terror, it hits like a truck, and it can be very good against mass hordes of Beastmen infantry. Although Baconators can be really good. The Razorgore herds can really trap that thing up and kind of keep it pinned, so I have to be very careful and avoid that. For my opponent's force, he's got a whole battle line of Gore herds mixed in with Ungors, a lot of Raiders, 1 group of Beskors just to kind of punch through my heavy armor, but the main core of his army is really going to be the Bacon. So he's got Razorgore herds here, 2 of those. Looks like 1 up here, 1 up here, and yeah, it's a pretty heavy duty force. He does also have the Cygor summon in Viletide as well. And Morker the Shadowgave, of course, is always one of the more competitive picks. Being able to summon 2 groups of, Beastmen Chaos Spawn, because they do have poison as compared to regular Chaos Spawn, is very, very valuable. So right now, Morker's going to be going in, and something that Flying Taco is doing really well is there's not really any good targets for my Zap Cannon. I can shoot the Razorgore herds or infantry, but really none of that is really going to be super valuable. In the back here, it looks like there is a Vanguard as well. I actually went back here to scout for it. I was like, I don't really see a Vanguard. Well, all is well, but the Beastmen were hiding behind the hill. Awesome stuff there by Flying Taco, because I deliberately thought there would be some schemes, so I came back here just to check, and I didn't see anything, which was pretty great. So the Wheels of Doom are going to be slamming into these Gore herds here. Going to be getting a couple of kills and some pretty good value, just kind of a, Tokyo drifting through these guys. Some of the Raiders will be shooting in, but it's not going to be doing a lot of damage. But that 1 Doom Wheel push took out 9 models. Really, really good value there. So the Gore herds are going to be getting in here, and it's going to be a little bit ugly. My clan rats are going to die very quickly, but, with the Wheels of Doom coming in, I might be able to get a terror route. So yeah, look at the impact. Skaven Slaves getting annihilated, but the Wheels of Doom, like I said, doing really good work and just, crumping these Gore herds. It might even allow the Skaven Slaves, for once in their lives, to win a matchup, but man, it doesn't look like it. They're still going to lose that. So you can see the Gore herds have engaged here with the secondary line as well. So the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers moving in, and the Council Guard are going to move forward to kind of intercept these Gore herds. And I figured there was kind of weak pressure here on the flank, so let's get the Blight Scab's Plague Pack and maybe just take out these Ungor herds, because they won't fight back terribly well. And we've also rampaged some of the piggies, so some things are going quite well. You can see here we've done some work. However, the Gore herds are certainly pressuring here, and one of my Skaven Slave pockets has broken pretty badly. You can see Gore herds are getting through, but the Wheels of Doom trying its best to kind of hold back. It always trips me out how it's called Wheels of Doom. Shouldn't it just be the Wheel of Doom? But anyways, Hell Pit Abomination is going to be surging forward, and the Zap Cannon is still online, which is good. It's still firing, it's shooting at some of the Gore herds and these other troops, and the battle's very, very even for sure. Some of the pigs on the far side have been kind of broken off, And the Plague Pack here making very quick work of these Ungor herds, which should be breaking here in a moment. However, my opponent does have a chariot up here. Flying Taco is going to be coming in with the Flying Pig chair. And he does also have some Vestigors and pigs that could re-rally back in here and do some really good work. So here it comes, big charge coming in from the chariot caster. That pig is certainly a squealing. And we're at 89 models, and suddenly we're down to 85. Yeah, pretty good HP damage as well. But if he sits there, I mean, he's going to take a lot of damage. The Plague Pack does really, really good work. Now, in the center, we were able to resecure our Zap Cannon. You can see the Council Guard able to fend off these filthy beasts. And the Helped Abomination plus the Doom Wheel with the Double Terror is going to be very strong at just kind of pushing off Gore Herds and low-tier infantry that have lost their Frenzy bonus. Here in the pit fight, we have Skrulk fighting against Morker, and it's going very well for Skrulk. You can see he's very far ahead in this battle, but that's because, he's got some schemes. He cheated a little bit. He did use the Liber Bubonicus. So I was trying to, I was hoping that he wasn't paying attention. I was like, let's get in there, see if we can snipe him real quick, but he does pull forward some Chaos Spawn that he did summon. Very good play there. In the meantime, Skrulk in the back is going to be summoning some rats to chase down these Ungor Raiders, so going to be trying to butter that bread, and the Zap Cannon is still online, so despite that, it's always a bit of an accomplishment, I think, against Beastmen to keep artillery pieces alive, because they're so good at swarming. But really good catch from my opponent here. Outstanding play. He's able to get the Razorgore herds and finally trap my Wheel of Doom. So this is really bad, and you can see the bounce of power actually does reflect it as it gets worn down a little bit here. And the Wheels of Doom is going to be shooting out and still doing good damage. Its Zap Cannon on the wheel, it does have a little Zap Cannon, actually does a ton of work. So we're able to kind of rout off some troops, but the Bacon is just strong. It's holding firm. This Pan-Fried Pig rush here is just doing such good work against the wheel. And here we're just barely able to hold the Zap Cannon, but now, like I said, the Beastmen they're going to get there eventually. And the Helped Abomination is trying its best. Clan Rats with Spears are certainly not up to the task. And the Plague Pack, which was a pretty big mistake, I should have kept it high and tight, maybe used it defensively. It did collapse the flank at 78 kills, do some really good work, but unfortunately, I could have really used it to kind of defend the Zap Cannon, which is now going to be offline. And with the Zap Cannon, a very expensive investment going offline, it's really going to be helpful for my opponent. Now in the pit, Skrulk is fighting as well, doing pretty good against some of the pigs. He does, of course, have the support, I believe, of some of his elite rats. He has the Council Guard down here, but there's only 36 models. These rats are really getting crumped by the hordes of Beastmen. And over here on the far side, you can see the Wheels of Doom is getting pushed off. So the Baconator's doing a really good job just kind of taking care of this threat. I mean, talk about value. 2 Razorgore herds cost like $12.50, and I think this thing costs like $14 or $1500. And getting rid of this piece is going to be super good. He's not taking any damage on the return either. Outstanding target priority here by Flying Taco. So here you can see the Ungors are going to be shooting as well, going after my Helped Abomination. So really my only chance is if the Helped at this point can do some pretty good damage to his leadership, get some good regeneration, and maybe we can get a bit of a terror route back here. But the Vestigors are very healthy. And Beastmen troops are immune to psychology. A lot of them are, not all, but like Gore Herds and Vestigors while they are in their frenzy. So when they're frenzied, they're healthy. They're not going to be routing off due to terror. So here we do have the Blightscap's Plague Pack, who has been blessed with filth. And they're going to have a really good matchup here. I mean, against Vestigors, it's a good situation for them. They're going to break the frenzy very quickly. They have great armor-piercing values, but taking those arrows to the back plus fighting Vestigors, which still do hit hard, it's going to be a bad situation, and the Plague Pack is going to get crumped pretty bad. We have the Council Guard here. We have 21 models. Skrulk Daddy's going to be trying to help out as well. Helped Abomination trying to, juke the arrows and come up and around and collapse on these archers. And have some Rat Ogres coming back as well as a bunch of, miscellaneous rats. But for the most part, there's just too many Beastmen left. There's Raiders over here. There's Razorgore herds here. I mean, Razorgore herds just into the sunset. Wheels of Doom, I mean, that was a really good catch as well. Because the Wheels of Doom, if it were mobile and free, I'd be able to kind of, pressure the Raiders and other troops like that. But Flying Taco did an outstanding job of really pinning down the Razorgore herd. And alas, the Wheels of Doom is going to be falling to a horde of angry pigs. Helped Abomination getting a nice little jump right there and just slapping up his caster, but it's pretty much too little too late. You can see Skrulk Daddy's going to be trying, getting the Rod of Corruption and Liber Bubonicus to break off the Vestigors, and it worked. The Council Guard and Skrulk are able to break those guys, which is nice. And yeah, a little bit of pressure coming in. Some Clan Rats are going to be going after the archers here, but I really needed the Wheels of Doom to be alive. And honestly, based on my opponent's build, I just don't think the Zap Cannon was worth it. It was a huge wasted investment. It barely did any damage to just some Razorgore herds and some infantry. So that was a pretty big blunder for sure, but I wanted to try it out and see how it would do in this matchup and see if there was some other high-value targets I could snipe, but he did a really good job just kind of getting in there and, taking out some of these big beastie boys. So very well played to my opponent. It was a super fun match. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. And now let us go ahead and fast forward as the last of the Council Guard do get shreked out by these Beastmen, and we'll take a look at the breakdown screen. So, it was a bit of a different build than my usual, but I think it was okay. I think it had potential. Skaven Slaves here, and the front line of Clan Rats did okay. Light Scabs, I liked how they performed. I think sending them off into the flank, I was kind of hoping they would collapse inward, but I overchased a little bit, and they just kind of got isolated and just beaten down from there. So I think using them in a bit more of a defensive capacity would be better if you're going to use them. Council Guard and the Wheels of Doom, honestly, are both good. I might actually, use a build similar to this, but I would just cut the Zap Cannon. I would cut the Skaven Slaves with Slingers, get a couple more Rat Ogres probably to counter the pigs. So yeah, I would cut this in the Zap Cannon, probably get 2 Rat Ogres, and you know, if I want to keep this type of a build, and I think that would work as a bit of a rush build. Like, you just get in there, you have the Doom Wheel, you have the Elite Infantry, you have Rat Ogres to stop their chariots and pigs, and I think it could be pretty strong. Granted, dealing with the Raiders is a little bit scary for sure, but I think you just have to kind of push through and deal with that. But yeah, so very well played. Flying Taco's build was awesome. It was just well-rounded. It had good answers to Doom Flares and Wheels, had good answers against my guns and light infantry. With the Raiders, Goreherds always do the trick. It was just a very awesome, solid build. So well played to him. So again, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the Skaven versus Beastmen showdown, and I will see you guys on the other side.